Hello, and welcome back to Super Mario Mayhem. Today, we'll be talking about the Family Computer, Nintendo's home console that revolutionized the home video game market in Japan. It all started back in 1981, when the original Donkey Kong arcade game was released. Nintendo knew that the current home consoles at the time weren't powerful enough to replicate the arcade game accurately, and so Nintendo began development on a new video game console that could run a near-perfect game of Donkey Kong. The project was led by Masayuki Uemura, and along with Nintendo's R&D 2 team, began researching what was currently on the market in 1982. Out of all the consoles they researched, it was the Epoch Cassette Vision that was their main inspiration, as it was the best-selling console in Japan during development. After seeing what the current market had to offer, R&D 2 began developing the system to at least be cheaper, but more powerful than what was offered. While there were many initial details that Uemura wanted to include with the system, such as a 16-bit processor and several accessories, he decided to compensate for these inclusions in order to reduce manufacturing costs. In their place, an 8-bit processor and an external port was included, with the external port allowing Nintendo to release the excluded accessories separately. The new system was revealed at the 1983 Tokyo Toy Show with the name revealed as Family Computer. By coincidence, Sega, an up-and-coming arcade manufacturer and soon-to-be rival, revealed their debut video game console at the toy show, the SG-1000. On July 15, 1983, the Family Computer was released in Japan, and by coincidence once again, the SG-1000 was also released on the same day. The Family Computer, commonly shortened to Famicom, was released with 3 launch titles, all of which were ports of Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., and Popeye. While initially the system sold really well, it was found out later that early revisions of the console had malfunctioning graphics chips, rendering these faulty systems inoperable. And so, Nintendo quickly recalled the Famicom and released a better revision of the console, costing Nintendo millions to do so. The effort proved to be worth the risk though, as the Famicom continued to thrive among Japanese players, making it the best-selling console in Japan. Over the course of the Famicom's lifespan, many peripherals were created for the system, including a light gun, a robot, a keyboard, and a disk drive add-on, which will get its own video in due time. With the Famicom becoming the national sensation that it was, many popular video game franchises got their start on this system. Some of these series include Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy, Rockman, known as Mega Man internationally, Mother, and the extremely popular JRPG series Dragon Quest. There were other popular series that got their start on the Famicom, but those had their start on the disk system, which I will discuss in that video. Of course, the Mario franchise would make its biggest boom during the Famicom, in which those games will be played throughout this video series. The Famicom would remain in production until mid-2003, when Nintendo announced that they would be ceasing production that year. The final game to be released for the Famicom was Master Takahashi's Adventure Island 4 on June 24, 1994, developed by Hudson Soft. 40 years after its initial release, the Famicom continues to be adored by many Japanese and overseas fans, with constant re-releases of Famicom software continuing to be released. And that will be it for this video on the Famicom. You might have noticed that I've never mentioned the Nintendo Entertainment System in this video. That's because the story behind the NES deserves a video of its own, but that won't be out until a while from now. So join me next time as I play one of the launch titles for the Famicom, the game that was the sole reason for the console's conception. I'll see you next time.